Hey, good morning, guys. It's Shannon from the Anxiety and OCD Treatment Center of Central Pennsylvania. I am back in Pennsylvania this morning, and I just wanted to talk about social anxiety just a little bit, which was something that I really experienced at the conference this year. And I actually, every year I go, I experience this, and I experience it a lot of times in my life. And I wanted to talk about it a little bit. I also did a podcast episode for the podcast I have, which is called Finding the Thing. And I'm also going to do a second episode with my co-host, Emily. So if you guys want to check that out, there is one episode up right now talking about social anxiety. So what I do for my social anxiety is I don't really have any sort of like technique or method other than I really give myself tasks and exposures to complete whenever I notice that I'm feeling those feelings of resistance and worry and fear about how I might be perceived in a social setting, and where I'm feeling like I want to avoid and I want to just kind of stay in my room or be with someone I'm comfortable with. So, for example, at the OCD conference, every social engagement that I went into, I really kind of said to myself, well, at this reception, I'm going to talk to 5 people. I'm going to introduce myself to at least 5 people. And so that's the kind of stuff that I did. And did it get easier? I definitely think this conference for me was easier than ones I had done in the past with these same kinds of goals. I felt like I was really, really pushing myself and doing it. And I think the more I do it, the easier it gets. I've been really working on things like public speaking, like making these videos, doing, what else have I been doing? Well, the podcast. And I guess those are the things I presented at the conference, and that was a huge, huge accomplishment for me. And I actually felt like it went pretty well. And I didn't feel that like internal judgment that I usually have, like about how I performed. So that was a success to me. And, but I did have lots of stuff going on in my mind and lots of feelings of being an imposter and how I didn't really belong and all kinds of stuff. So I just really want to encourage you guys to do what you really want to do in spite of, your anxiety. Because when I ask myself, like, what am I doing here? When I like specifically the conference, I'm just using that as an example. And I do really want to meet those people, those other like-minded people, the people that do OCD treatment, the people that are experts in the field. Like that is something that I value and that means a lot to me. And so even though I really don't like making small talk with people or trying to go around and introduce myself, the end result is really important to me. And so I keep doing it. And so I just encourage you to keep doing whatever it is that you desire in spite of your anxiety, even if it's hard, and I do believe somewhere along the way, I don't want this to come off as reassuring, but like somewhere along the way, it is going to get easier. And I do think I experienced that at some point. So check out the podcast if you want. There will be more about social anxiety. It's not an OCD podcast, though. I do feel like I want to say that. So anyway, thanks for listening, guys.